What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the past week. It's been a long week. Just walked into my house from this. It's been a long week. I walked into the house 10 minutes ago, returning from Scale Nationals in Leesburg, Alabama. But the show must go on, and we're going to get this week's episode off. So hit the like button. Let's jump into this week's topics. First for this week, the Incision Series 2 light kit. This is a direct drop-in for the Vanquish Phoenix. This has headlights and taillights like the Series 1, but now the Series 2 also offers rock lights that bolt right into the rock light positions that are molded into the front inner fenders. This has a light controller that you can control from the radio with a separate auxiliary channel, or it's got a switch on the light controller itself in case you don't have a radio that has an available extra channel. So if you're interested in adding some very bright LED lights to your Phoenix, then this is an easy option that also offers you those front rock lights. So check those out in the description below. Those are available now. Also new from Incision this week is an Incision tie rod for the F10 axle kits. If you just need a simple tie rod to go with whatever custom build you were going to use, now that piece is available separately. This kind of goes hand in hand with those axle kits under custom builds. Depending on what you're building, you may just need that link to complete whatever else you've got going on. So available now, linked in the description as well. Those JConcepts 1.0 tires and wheels are available at hobby shops now. They announced those just not so long ago, and they're already hitting shelves. So if you've been looking at either the Tusks or Landmines in either the sold separately versions or pre-mounted on the new JConcepts wheel options, those are all available. Go check those out. Those are linked below, as well as JConcepts just redid their website. So all new look to their site, a little bit cleaner, a little bit more modern. So if you haven't been over there, you can also check out JConcepts' new site. On there, they've released some more new products. They have some new pre-mounted landmines for the Traxxas UDR, and these come pre-mounted on their new Tremor wheels specifically made for the UDR. UDRs do seem to be able to tear through some tires, so if you're in the market for them, maybe this can be your next option to give a shot. And lastly, from JConcepts, they released something that's a little bit more out there. They released some transport wheels and tires for the solid axle monster truck guys. In the full-size world, when monster trucks are being transported from one location to another, they don't have the great big tires and wheels on there to fit on the trucks. They've got some very small tractor tire-esque looking transport wheels, and they released these specifically for the scale aspect of the solid axle monster truck world. Pretty cool that they went through the effort to get those out there. So if you're into that level of scale realism in your solid axle monster trucks, worth checking out. Just released this week, and these should also be available soon at your local hobby shops. This week, Proline had a new teaser on social media. This is very clearly the new Bronco sitting on an SCX3. So now you're going to be able to buy just an aftermarket new Bronco body for whatever 12.3-inch wheelbase, most likely, platform that you've got. Now, this one does look like they're adding some more details with hard molded plastic options to try and make it, fit in amongst the factory options that are also available right now. This one looks really good. Proportions, clean lines, the whole deal. Interested to see the full release of this. It was initially shown with a nice looking paint job, but again, just a single front 3/4 shot to give us a little bit of a tease. Information on this definitely coming in the next week or two. And speaking of new Bronco bodies, Traxxas had recently released new color options for that TRX4 new Bronco, and those bodies are available separately in a pre-painted version. So they're not cheap because they're the complete body set basically, but pre-painted. So whether you had one of the other ones and you want to change colors, or you've got a previous version of TRX4 and you want to start that conversion, I do believe that you're going to need a few other parts because of the clipless body system that they implemented on that vehicle, but you can buy that complete, and I've listed those available in the description below. Also, on AMain, there is at least one in the scratch and dent section. If you've never checked out that section, there's deals to be had. There's even a new TRX4 Bronco in the RTR version in the scratch and dent right now as well. I saw Capra in there. It's a good section to check if you're interested in just saving a little bit of money on some items that are still should be good, but may have a slight, cosmetic issue. So check that out. Worth, perusing to see what deals may be available at the moment. This week's Scale News Update is sponsored by Team Garage Hack, but they and myself both agreed we wanted to focus on recapping and recounting Scale Nationals. The crew down in Leesburg, Alabama did a fantastic job organizing that event. It was absolutely run perfectly. They had amazing judges that were staffed on the courses all weekend. A huge effort put in by a ton of people to make an event like that work and run like it did. One of the best events as far as how that was thrown and organized. Such a great job. The weather was all over the place, honest, and something that's completely out of control, but the location was amazing. One of those things, if you ever see an event being held down there at Cherokee Rock Village, it's absolutely worth the trip. Some beautiful views, amazing rocks, great terrain, great people in general. Can't say enough good things about the people that threw the event, the judges that helped donate their time to make that event what it was as well, and all of the effort that went in beforehand to make the whole event come together. Their list of sponsors was fantastic, and I'll put a list of all of those sponsors in the description below as well. If you're at the event, drop a comment below, thank a sponsor, thank somebody who helped organize it, whatever it is. An absolutely great event. Can't thank everyone enough who I got to see and talk to and meet, and everyone who put in all of their work on their own to allow all of us to enjoy that event, because it was absolutely amazing. One of the best events I can ever remember going to. So with that, thanks again to everyone who had anything to do with that, either going, attending, working, whatever it was. If you can say you had any part in that experience, either just being there or helping, thank you. And I hope I get to see all of you again before too long. And thanks again to Team Garage Hack for sponsoring this week's Scale News Update and getting to hang out a little bit at the event as well. And while we're on the topic of events, there's another big event on the East Coast. This one is called Ledgestock, and it's in Harrisville, New Hampshire. It's happening from August 11th through the 14th. Big event. Not the first year that it's been going on, and it's got a big list of both attendees and sponsors going on. Now, this event isn't just, crawling or anything like that. There's a huge list of events going on, kind of spanning all different types of areas of RC. Saw rock bouncing and dirt drags. There is crawling and trailing. I saw rally on there as well. Monster truck freestyling, sled pulling, some SCX24 competition. Kind of all encompassing on this, with camping as well. So if you're looking for a big event, but you're on the east side of the country and not necessarily looking to come to some of the large events that happen on the West Coast, this seems like a great option. I'll link to the Facebook page for Ledgestock. Go check that out. Maybe it's something you can make happen. Again, this is happening August 11th through the 14th in Harrisville, New Hampshire. Go check out their page, see if you're interested. A new tease this week from Kyosho is some new Mini Z Defenders. Amazing detail on the Mini Zs. They always are. They look fantastic. Same Mini Z platform underneath for the most part. Pretty much standard fare for Kyosho. They've got a really just that platform, and then they just roll with it with really good looking bodies. If you're a big fan of Defenders, which I know there's some of you out there, not judging you, but I know you're out there, check it out. Minis, if you're a fan of the Mini Zs, fan of Defenders. These aren't officially released yet, just saw the press releases coming out, not listed on Kyosho's site yet, but if you're itching, keep checking back. I'm sure they'll be listed there before too long. An interesting story that I saw this week was that Tamiya is building a new factory in the Philippines. Their current factory is also in the Philippines, but they're building a new one, and they're going to be transferring all the operations over to it. Nothing wild there other than the cost of it is substantial, currently listed at $123 million US. So substantial investment to their new factory. But while that's all interesting and kind of cool to know, The interesting part of it was that some of the actual distribution numbers for the Tamiya product were listed in this article. This was listed on RC Fans. It says that the factory exports $23 million worth of product, and it actually gives the percentage breakdown of where that product goes. Interestingly enough, 65% of the Tamiya product gets exported to Japan, which seemed higher than I expected, but the number that seemed way lower than I expected was the percentage that gets exported to the United States. And that was only 12%. Only 12% of Tamiya product comes to the United States. I would have thought that the United States was a bigger market than that for the Tamiya product, but evidently it's not. So as much as you see of it here, only a small sliver, 65% of it, 6.5 times as much as gets bought in the US gets bought in Japan. They also give the other percentages. 10% goes to Germany, 7% goes to the United Kingdom, and 7% goes to Hong Kong and China. 2% is in Thailand, and 4% is the rest. So an interesting breakdown of where their product goes. Information that I don't know if anybody else cares about, but I thought it was interesting. Months back, we talked about the Hobbytech 504 Peugeot body. That truck body is finally being released in clear. Hobbytech not really well distributed here in the US, but if you're just a huge fan of that 504 and you've got to have it, it's going to be available somewhere. You're just going to have to find a way to get it here, assuming you're in the US. And then next from RC 4-Wheel Drive, they've got some very period correct KC highlights. Light set for the TF2 or TF3 maybe now, I guess too, could possibly be used for. TFs, for all the TFs. Either way, you know, the classic KC light, yellow cover. If you know what it is, you know what it is. If you want it, you know, if you're going for that look, this is the one. So if you're looking to live your 80s and 90s dreams out, more options available. This Wednesday's live stream takeover should be a great one. Matt and I were together at Scale Nationals and had an absolute blast. Have a ton of stuff to recount. It's going to be a great episode. Really looking forward to it. I've got a couple of more videos to put out of coverage from our days running Class 2 trucks and Class 3 trucks, and those will also come out this week. Class 2 coverage should be out Wednesday, so you'll get to see that. And then Class 3 will be probably Thursday or Friday, but check those out. Should have all of that video up for you guys to see. Our full long weekend live stream takeover, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern every single week. Same as Friday Night Live, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to keep happening. I don't know what I'm going to work on this week. I might just sit here and stare. I don't know. I'm very tired. That's going to do it for this week's news topics, though. For this week's question, what motivates you most in RC? For a new build, for a new idea, for performance, whatever it is. Events are what does it for me. I go to events, I have an absolutely great time, but it makes me think of a million other things that I want to do. Every time I go to an event, there's something else I bring out of it that I think that's what I need to do next. I need to work on this. I need to do that. I need to improve this. It's events for me. A lot of people don't go to events though. So what is it that motivates you the most? Drop it in the comments below. I'm going to get this video edited and uploaded, and I'm going to sleep harder than I've ever slept. Appreciate all you guys for watching. I appreciate any of you who came and said hi this weekend. Thanks again for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoy these videos. Subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell so you see the videos as soon as they get uploaded. As always, thanks for watching. And we'll see you on the next one.